ศึกฟุตบอลเนเธอร์แลนด์ยิงสดดูฟรีไม่ต้องเสียเพิ่ม3 บาทที่ช่อง Sports One.
This one was a repeat of the Dutch Cup final 2 weeks previously, won by go-ahead Eagles on penalties, in a game which had caused them to complain about the dirty tricks of AZ defender Wouter Hoes, who got an early shove there from Milan Smit. The 20-year-old subsequently featured on a banner as a dog on a leash held by the Eagles striker Victor Edvardsson, who apologised for that. But the defender found himself at the centre of more drama in this. His side were on an 8-match winless run and out for revenge, and they took the lead on 40 minutes in fortuitous fashion. Mats Dial's clearance hitting his teammate Gernot Trauner and going in as an own goal. Sven Meinens providing the initial shot. Not much that the centre-half could do to get himself out of the way. AZ coach Martin Martens called for a display with real conviction and personality to try and end the current run of 1 win in 10. Ruben van Bommel certainly listened, and he was the most dangerous player in the first half, running through here to slot a second goal. The home defending pretty ineffective. This wasn't as tired a performance as the Eagles had put in during the goalless draw away at Alkmaar City after their week of cup celebration, but it was well short of their best once again. They were let off the hook here, though. Meinens had been just offside when he retrieved the ball for Van Bommel to take on. And the touch through to him came from next Merdink, so the goal was taken away. And it looked like they'd reached the break just 1 goal behind. However, Merdink had other ideas, as he looked to edge towards double figures and score just his 2nd goal as a starting player. He was in the side due to Troy Parrott not being fit enough and hoping to follow up the previous week's excellent overhead kick. But the save from Yadi de Busse was so good, the striker himself was moved to go and congratulate him. However, from the resulting corner, Hoes of all people made it 2-0 when he was left unmarked at the far post. And he looked happy to play the pantomime villain again. It was only his 3rd senior goal, a 2nd in the Eredivisie, and the perfect way for the visitors to round off a decent half, where they'd restricted their opponents to just a handful of off-target efforts. His centre-half partner, Alexandre Penetre, was then the man in focus just before the break, going into the book for what actually looked like a well-timed challenge on Edvardsson, who'd been quiet so far. But nothing came of the resulting free kick, and it seemed that the Eagles would struggle to improve a record of 1 win in their last 15 league meetings with AZ, particularly as the one-way traffic continued in the 2nd half. Meinens, the next to go close, bringing another fine stop from de Busse, who got down quickly. In his first top-flight season, the Belgian keeper's making a real name for himself since taking over as their number 1. But he had no chance with AZ's 3rd goal, which stemmed from another breakaway, and another good run from Van Bommel, who stole the ball and set off at a gallop, laying it off for sub Jaden Ardai to slot his 1st Eredivisie goal. Another substitute, Simon Tengstedt, was the one giving the ball away. A lacklustre performance all round from the hosts, who began level on points with their opponents, but they don't want the season to just slip away, even though they already have a trophy and entry to next season's Europa League. The game concluded on a couple of bad-tempered notes, around 2 regular incidents which happen all the time in games. First, some pushing and shoving on the goal line at a corner. Kay Smit and Enric Jansana, the players involved, as it threatened to boil over a little, with Ibrahim Sadiq and Joris Kramer then going at it afterwards. Bas Nijhuis eventually sorted it out, with yellow cards for Sadiq, as well as for Smit and Jansana. The corner then eventually led to the 2nd incident, via an AZ breakaway, which was led by Denso Cassius. However, this didn't come to anything either as he overran the ball. And the Eagles then sensed a breakaway chance of their own, only for Hus to come across and flatten Janzana. He was clearly happy, but the referee took a different view, sending him off. So he became the villain of the piece once again. His teammates wisely shepherded him away, while on the touchline, assistant coaches on both sides clashed too. He certainly didn't get anything on the ball, so it's not clear what exactly Hus was so happy about. He's now made himself unavailable for some key games. Arzed's revenge saw them move 3 points clear of their opponents and end their search for a win, handing the Eagles a first home defeat since October as a result. Next comes a home game with Groningen, while the Eagles travel to Zwolle.
สามารถรับชมรีรันศึกฟุตบอลเนเธอร์แลนด์ได้แล้ววันนี้ผ่านทางแอปพลิเคชัน 3BB GIGATV และช่อง Sports 1